Hey students, today we are going to go to Clever and find our SORA app so that we can explore books online. When you get to Clever, you're going to want to make sure that you click Log in with Active Directory. Once you are in, you should be in your teacher's page on Clever. From there, you should try and find the SORA app. If your teacher has favorited it, it will be in the top used apps. You might want to scroll down and see if it's somewhere else in your page. If not, you can always use the search button and type SORA. Go ahead and click to go into SORA. SORA is awesome because it's like going to an online library. You can get books from our school, Cobb County, and you can borrow them just like you would from our school Learning Commons. So you can choose different types of books, different genres. You can search for a book if you know there's a certain book you want to get. But your goal today is to find 3 books that interest you. So on SORA, you're able to search for different books. If it's an audiobook, it's going to have these little headphones so you can listen to the story. Let's say you really want to read Restart. Here's the book Restart by Gordon Corman. Now this says that I can get onto the hold list. So if I really want to read this book at some point this school year, I can ask to be put on the hold list. Now I'm part of the hold list here. I can check options to see what all I can do. I can see the wait list. It will be about 1 week. My place in line is first, which means I'm the next person to be able to get this book. I can cancel this hold if I no longer want to read it. I can read a little bit about this book. I'm going to go back. So again, this is now in my holds list. I have not been able to loan it yet, so I won't be able to read anything at this point. But soon, when another person is done with it, I will have access to this book. I'm going to go back to explore with my binoculars down here, and I'm going to see if I can find another book that I can read. Another way to search is by scrolling all the way down on the binoculars page and seeing different collections. So they break it up into different collections as you scroll down, and you can search that way. You can click on all 10 books to see all 10 books in that collection. And there's so many to choose from. I'm going to go to most popular. Now in most popular, I can see that there's the title of the book, the author of the book, and if I need to be on the hold list, or if I can borrow it. Let's see if we can find a book that we can actually borrow so that we can start reading it today. One of your 3 books should be a book that you can borrow and that you're also interested in reading. That's also important. So as I scroll, I'm seeing some good books. The Giver is a great book. Refugee is a great book. So many good books. Oh, here's a book that has a borrow symbol. So if it sounds like something you might be interested in, you can click it, read a little bit about it, and see if it's something that's good for you. If it's something that you are truly interested in reading, then you can click the borrow button. When you click the borrow button, I'll show you what happens. You now have access to the book. It's taking time to load. Now that it's loaded, I should be able to read it. And I can click through using my arrows on my keyboard to help me click through. If I have a specific chapter that I'm already in, I can click it and it will take me directly there. so that I can continue reading. Now I have the book Truly Devious checked out to me. I am currently borrowing it, and I can find it on my shelf. Under loans, I will see that I have this book checked out. So I will be able to read this book. I have 20 days to finish reading it before it goes back into the Explore option for someone else to read. I have the option to open the book to continue reading. I can see my holds in my shelf, which is restart. And I'd be able to see my history of all the books that I've read on SORA. So remember, today, friends, your goal is to log into SORA. You need to find 3 books that interest you. Make sure you write those names down. Out of those 3 books, one of them needs to be one that you can borrow so that you can start reading or listening to the story right away. Because your next activity is to write a reading response on what you are reading. All right, friends, have fun exploring SORA and all the options that you have available to you. And we look forward to seeing your first response.